Okay, let's do this. Hey, it's Ukallii. Welcome back to my channel. You're probably never going to come back again after this. I don't like to beat around the bush. Despite being a very flowery writer, I'm a very succinct person usually. So I'm just gonna tell you what's going on. I'm discontinuing the fanfiction. Your immediate thought is probably, why? It's going so well. Well, I make it look like it's going really well. To be honest, I could finish it. I could keep going. I could keep going for the next few years working on this fanfiction because that's how long it would take. But when I started writing this fanfiction, when I started the process, what would that be, a year and a half ago, I was going nowhere with my book. I was at the beginning of my grad program. I didn't have a thesis topic yet. I thought I was going to be writing on something like Shakespeare or something like that. And I started writing on this fan fiction because I wanted something to keep my creative juices flowing until I, found my passion and found my work that I would write my book on. Well, creative juices flowed very effectively, and I found the center of my book. I've spent the past year, almost exactly a year actually, from last summer, taking some old content that I had cannibalized from previous works and previous attempts to write my book and trunk stuff and all of this other stuff, and I built the world of my book in 1 year. Which is pretty freaking impressive, if you know how long I've been working on this project and everything that's been involved in it. I never imagined that within 1 year of, working on my book while being a full-time teacher and while being a full-time student and while doing, working on a thesis and all these other things, I never expected to actually build the core of my book or to have everything ready to go within 1 year. But it happened, and I've written the first chapter of my book. I actually won a prize for it whenever I sent it into a competition. It's ready. It's time. It's time for me to focus on writing my book. Last year, when I went on hiatus for this fanfiction and started working on my thesis, I expected the thesis to be done by this summer because I was expecting to graduate by spring. It got delayed. I'm not graduating until this December, but I love my thesis project. I'm absolutely, completely in love with my thesis topic, and I would like to continue researching it after I graduate. I would like to turn my thesis into a book. Into a nonfiction book. I would like to do more research on this topic. I'd like to get a job teaching on this topic. Like, this is what I want to do with the next few years of my life at the very least. This fanfiction was created for a few different purposes. One, insane fan wish fulfillment of wanting the J.K. Rowling world to make sense. Two, for diversity, because as a queer person myself, I'm asexual. I wanted a book that has people like me in it. But I don't need a fanfiction to do that anymore. I can do that with my own book. And I am doing that with my own book. I have characters who are asexual. I have characters who are bisexual. I have characters who are queer in many different ways and are living happy lives and get happy endings and things like that. And it means a lot to me. It matters a lot to me, and I'm very passionate about all of these things. This fanfiction inspired that passion, and I'm very grateful to it, and I'm very proud of the work that I've done in this fanfiction. But, be that as it may, this fanfiction is now a diversion from those things. It is now a distraction from me writing my book. It is now a distraction from me working on my thesis. It's now a distraction from me continuing to take classes that continue to address these topics. And I don't want any more distractions. I don't need distractions. I'm not I'm not super stressed anymore. I'm happy. I'm really happy in my life. I don't know if you've ever had that happen to you before, where you just have this moment of realization where you're just really happy and you just want to keep doing what you're doing. But that's where I'm at in my life right now. I'm really happy with things right now. And this fan fiction, it doesn't spark joy, as Marie Kondo would say. Not because I'm not proud of it or not happy with what I'm doing, but because every time I go to work on this, I'm not working on those things. I'm not working on my thesis. I'm not working on my book. I'm working on someone else's world with someone else's characters. That's not what I want to do. That's not what I want. I want to be able to focus on my world that I've worked so hard to build. I want to be able to focus on my characters that I've worked so hard to create. I want to focus on my plot lines that I have absolutely bled over. I want to dedicate my time and my life to things that I love. And this fan fiction just doesn't, it's not in that category anymore. I am incredibly happy with the work that I've done. So happy, in fact, that I will be posting everything that I've done for this fan fiction. I'm not going to edit it anymore. I'm just going to post it as is. The chapter that was coming up, I had been planning on making a major change to it. Snape is in this chapter, and I had been planning on removing Snape and replacing him with that friend of Lily's that's mentioned in the 7th book. A few people have done a few fan fictions about her and fan posts and things like that, and I had wanted to include her. But I just don't care. I'm sorry. That sounds really, really harsh. But I just don't care enough to do the research to include her right now. Because the time that it would take me to do that research and include her and look at all this content, it would take like a whole day for me to do that. And that's a day that I'm not building a royal family tree for my book. That's a day that I'm not, doing things that I absolutely adore and that I'm just dying to do. And I wake up every morning with huge enthusiasm to do those things and not to write this fan fiction. So I'm not going to employ that edit. I'm not going to edit any more of the fan fiction. I'm just going to release it all as is, the whole thing. I'm just going to drop it all onto AO3, and you guys can continue reading it. I am not going to continue writing it. I got up to the trapdoor scene, a little past the trapdoor scene, and that's it. I think I did the first Quidditch game. And that's it. That's as far as I got, and I'm not going to continue it. This will be the last video. I'm sorry, but it will be the last video. I understand if you think I'm being selfish. I understand if you're like, just finish the first book, damn it. I get it. I do. I really do. But no, I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to distract myself anymore. I'm not going to distract myself anymore from my book, and I'm not going to distract myself anymore from my thesis. Those are the things that I adore and that I am very, very passionate about, and those are the things I want to work on, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm sorry if you're disappointed. I understand being disappointed. Trust me. I was in the Sherlock fandom, okay? I understand disappointment. I understand if you're upset, and if you, please do unsubscribe. Please do, because there's no reason for me to continue cluttering up your board. Please do unsubscribe. There will be no further videos. This is it. This is the last video on this channel. I will not be ending this channel because there's a lot of stuff on this channel that has nothing to do with this fan fiction in the background, like my history and purchases and things like that. So I'm not going to be ending this channel. And I'm not going to be removing the videos or the chapters. It's all going to stay up. I am going to delete the first version of the fan fiction and leave up the edited version. And that has more to do with the fact that it's weird to have two versions of a fan fiction up. So I am going to delete the first version of the fan fiction and just leave up the edited version, which got much farther. But other than that, everything's going to stay up. You're welcome to continue checking it out. But yeah, unsubscribe, turn off the notification bell, and move on to better things, I guess. I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry. I'm really, really, really grateful to all of you. I'm really grateful for the support. I'm really grateful for the encouragement. And I'm immensely grateful for the fact that you've paid attention. To me, some random writer who's writing a freaking fan fiction. Thank you. for your time. I really appreciate it, and I'm very grateful for everyone on this, who's been passionate about this project along with me. I hope that you will go on to do wonderful things and make your own wonderful fan fictions and make your own wonderful writings. I hope you find a passion in your life the way I have. Good luck in your future endeavors, I guess. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. This is Ukallii, and this is the last video. Bye.